Hello, Jamie and Eric.
Hello, Elisa. Hello, Mom.
Hi, sweetie. Hey, listen, I'm going to give you a choice today. In this particular video, I would like to let you choose between talking about vulnerability, or and protecting yourself if you're an empath and things like that, or the importance of simplicity and how to achieve it. Dealer's choice. Go for
Dealer's choice. He goes, fuck being simple. He goes, no, I'm just teasing. But
it.
you mentioned something about protection.
Vulnerability, you talk about how vulnerability is a good thing, but then we have to consider the empath. Well, we have to talk about what an empath is for people who don't know it.
Yeah, he
But,
wants to talk about empath.
Okay, let's talk about that. Tell us what an empath is, Eric. Share it with the class.
An empath is, he's rubbing his hands. An empath is someone who naturally feels what other people are feeling. It's where they use their entire body, all the energy that's around them, to collect information. They can do it by mimicking another person's information. They can do it by processing it, which is way too much. I don't fucking recommend that, but a lot of people do that, and then they get sick, and a whole bunch of shit goes down. An empath can also so you're making a distinction between sensing and feeling. Okay. He mentioned before that they feel what the other person feels.
Okay.
And then he's making a different statement that they can sense. It's almost like if we were to go logic, we would have our thoughts and then we'd have premonition.
Gotcha.
And intuition. For an empath, they have their own feelings. They can feel somebody else's feelings, and then they can sense somebody else's feelings.
Wow. So how do you? Yeah.
That was good.
What can you tell a person? How can they tell they're an empath? What would it look like to be an empath? Where they cry all the time? I mean, they get easily overwhelmed. They're very sensitive to criticism. I mean, just tell me some of the stuff.
He goes, I'll ask you one question. He's leaning in over the camera. He goes, do you feel crazy? You could be an empath.
Ah, that
No.
sounds like a commercial.
Doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Jeff. Oh, I know what guy you're talking about. You're the white trash jokes.
Oh, Jeff Foxworthy?
Jeff Foxworthy.
Oh, yeah,
He
sure.
said it'd be funny.
Oh,
We could
yeah,
do a
you can tell
series
when
of,
you're a redneck.
if you're a redneck. Yes.
That's right, yeah.
She said everything that my mom said. If you're overwhelmed easy, you can't handle being around a lot of people. Loud sounds even disturb you because your whole energetic body is vibrating off of it. So it's like hearing it tenfold inside of you. If your mood swings are spiked without you having a trigger, you just wake up and you're having a good morning and all of a sudden it's just terrible. You're just so sad. It's just horrible. He goes, and then you talk to your best friend and something really traumatic just happened to her. And you're like, you should be clued in. Oh, look at that. I was processing her shit for her. Isn't that good of me? He said, so easy to cry. Easy. Right, you were just saying that easy to have the mood swings, like to go out of your natural state of being and not really know why. He goes, it might not be hormonal.
Are there empaths out there that are misdiagnosed with mental illnesses like major depression or bipolar disease?
Not so much bipolar because it's not really a heady thing. They would probably misdiagnose them with depression, anxiety, all kinds of disorders like phobias. He's talking about a
Social
phobia.
anxiety, social phobia, So that's another thing. If you are suffering from one of these mental illnesses, it may not be that you have that. It may be that you're an empath.
Yes.
Anything else characteristic of an empath?
Lots of allergies, random aches and pains. They have a more sensitive digestive system, more sensitive palate. They can taste flavor more than other people. They hear sounds better than other people. And it's not like because they're
superhuman.
Yeah, their tongue is better, their ears are better. He's imagined that the whole energetic body, 3 feet around them, is processing information with such clarity and then giving it to their head to acknowledge that the other person, next to you isn't doing that shit. They're just relying on the strength of their taste buds on their tongue. That's it. Or what their ear can do, and that's it.
That's right.
So, touch, weather, temperature, easy to chill, easy to overheat, all these things. It's because their energetic body is doing it 100 times more than what their natural physical body is doing. So when you can identify that that's how you are, he says, if you watch the video where we talk about, he said, was it forgiveness, the mantra? This is mine, that is yours.
Yes.
This is mine, that is yours. Because that's really great for an empathic, is you need to start figuring out what is your feeling and what belongs to everybody else. Because in that process of identifying what's mine and what's yours, then you can start laying down, your boundaries.
Okay.
It's like being... I love these things that he does. So it's like being naked, he says. When you're naked, naked, I can't do it. Naked, that everybody can see you, right? It's like you're visible to everything. There's no boundary. An empath is like that. And so by identifying what's mine, what's yours, what's mine, what's yours, it's basically like putting clothes on.
Okay.
And all of a sudden you've got this boundary. People can't see. They can't access your nakedness. It's covered with clothing. Because that's what you really want to have as an empath. Then you can rely on that clothing to protect you from the weather, protect you from what other people are feeling. Because you're going to quickly be able to say, hey, that's not mine. But now I know. You take the information from it. Now you know that person is hurting or that person is sad. And it's not you. So you don't have to have your mood swing into sadness or depression because it didn't really belong to you to begin with. It belongs to that person. And now you know how to communicate with them or how to be present for them or how to avoid them.
Yeah. It seems like 3 of your siblings are empaths just because of what you're saying. Am I right?
Yes.
Yeah. Michelle, Annika, and Lucas. Are they?
Yes.
And Papa is not. I know that. Hell no, he's probably the opposite of an empath. Well, what about me? Am I an empath?
He said yes, but your logic head gets in the way a lot. Okay. And it shuts it down because you want to organize the information and you want to know where it's from. That's important for you. So it kind of closes it down a little bit.
Okay. Well, is being an empath a good thing then?
Yeah, it's our natural state of being.
Oh, wow. It's just all you have to do is learn how to protect yourself, but it is I hate to put a hierarchy on it, but, we have to understand this. I have to. It is a more evolved state then, or a more natural state, shall I say.
Yeah, he agrees. Definitely more natural. It's absolutely who we are.
But our society is not very conducive to the well-being of empaths.
Yes, hell no. And so when we look at people who are empathic, we could say that is more evolved, but it's basically like getting back to the roots, getting back to our natural state of being.
But what sort of things does society do to make life hard for empaths?
Conform. That's a huge one right there. Conform.
And do empaths have trouble with conformity?
Well, yeah, because they need to respond to what their empathic information is telling them.
And not to what external society is telling them.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Society will say, well, how the fuck do you know that? Well, then that we can't rely on that then. We can't go on your gut instinct. Sorry. We can't not hire that person because you get a bad feeling.
Boy, your personification of society is a bitch. I'm telling you.
He goes, thank you.
Yeah, that's good. Okay. And what else about society?
Oh, and they are quick to judge and medicate. And so that's extremely difficult for empathics to handle.
Yeah.
And, our society is really geared to being extrovert. And empaths aren't very, extrovert. They have their moments in the sun, but they're not someone who's just all out because, they're processing so much more than the rest of us. So even classrooms and work scenarios now, they're all extrovert. Oh, let's not have private cubbies anymore. Let's all work at one table together, and there's the empath going, fuck, now I have to deal with everybody.
Oh, man. Well, it seems like if you're an empath that can process and handle everything, then you could be an extrovert, and being an introvert is just an empath that doesn't know how to protect itself, him or herself. Is that right?
Yeah, it's not doing the this is mine, that is your shit.
So a healthy empath could be an extrovert.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Are they star seeds or something? Why are some people empaths and some not? Are they from other planetary systems or?
No, that's on an individual basis. That wouldn't be an in general characteristic.
Well, why do some people come here as empaths and some don't?
He said it could relate to their spiritual contract that they have and the lessons that they want. It could just be the natural ability that they have.
Okay.
Also, as we're growing in speaking in linear terms, if we're growing now, we have more of this coming in because kids aren't being shut down at age 6 and 7.
Yeah.
Where we're seeing the value, we're going back to creative arts mode, really, and that's what's going to throw us into an enlightenment.
Okay.
We had heavy science mode, exploration, discovery, and now we're getting into creativity. Innovation is extremely important, and so businesses and schools are aimed for that, and with that comes intuition and imagination, and that enhances our ability for clairvoyant, clairaudient, clairsensitive, cognizant, empath, all that jazz. All that jazz.
All that jazz fingers. Okay. So what kind of spiritual contract will we be talking about, for example?
Spiritual contract. Awareness, where you know more. But there's not an ability to learn about it from a book. It could be also empathics to help people get back to their roots. They do reinforce simplicity. Simplicity doesn't have to be small. It can be very, very big. But it's just getting back to the point of it. And we need that in our culture now. It's like stepping away from big corporate people and getting back to a ma and pa shop.
Okay.
He's going on about getting away from computer customer service and getting back to one-on-one and really being there for people. Empathics love doing that.
Oh, I hope that we get there. I don't think it's very close, though, frankly. Those big corporations, they have a toehold.
Yeah. Pharma.
Big Pharma, yeah.
Yeah, that's what he's talking about.
Big Pharma, that's right. Okay, so last but not least, some other ways to protect that an empath can still have their wonderful abilities, but yet not become overwhelmed by them. Any visualizing techniques, for example?
Mostly it's forgetfulness, Mom.
Well, I've got that one down good.
You can get up in the morning, you can state your prayer, your protection, your affirmation, words that say, I'm going to keep my energy, everybody else is going to keep theirs, I'm not sharing my energy today. And so you can get a clearer insight on really what is yours and what is theirs. But empathics need to depend on being disciplined in the moment And it's the forgetfulness of that kind of sabotages the whole thing, and you go back into mood swings and not knowing and overwhelmed and managing, when if you could just sit down every moment that you're feeling or processing something and just go, is this really me?
Yeah.
Or is this me being satellite dish processing all the fucking information around me? Because with that simple awareness, you can flick the switch. It's not that you can't turn off completely. There's not a process where you just shut this shit down. I mean, that's what happens when you die. So it's not about closing down, shutting down. It's just clearly identifying me, you, me, you. Because if you can get that, and it's not about adopting the I am separate from all that is, because that's bullshit too. Mm-hmm. It's just about identifying your personal experience versus retrieving everybody else's information and personal experience.
Okay. So just be aware every time you feel off. Ask,
yes.
Is this mine or is this somebody else? Somebody else's?
Yeah, and he loves the concept of having something visual around you, because he showed different things. If your symbol of protection is a pyramid, then you keep a little pyramid with you, or in the car, or a picture of.
Okay.
If you're more of a kinetic person, finding something like the rubber band, yes, that I've been playing with the whole time, and keeping it around your wrist. He loves that physical contact connection, and so maybe you play with it and you snap it, and maybe you write a little note on the rubber band that says, what's yours? It's mine, okay. It's yours. So then you have some physical contact with it. But having these reminders wherever you're stationed the most throughout your day, if it's at your desk or in your car or in the kitchen, whatever it is, to keep you aware of it. Because with practice, you'll get it down just fine, but this is not like some kind of technique that you're just going to get and the next day it's so much easier. No, it is a discipline for you empathic people.
Yeah. Any other techniques? What about visualizing a bubble of golden white light around you? Of course, you can't keep visualizing that throughout the day.
No, but you can see the things with empathic, their energy is so easy to manipulate. Like just by changing your thought changes the structure of the energy around you. That's how easy it is.
Wow.
And we need to keep that in mind, because with an empath, they're constantly changing to meet the needs of the room they just walked in. Mm-hmm. The person who just started a new conversation with them. So for an empath, if you get up in the beginning of the day and you make your prayer, your intent, and you're like, just protect me all day. What's mine is mine, what's yours is yours. It's fine and everything, but moving throughout their day, there's so many adjustments that I would love for the empathic to be aware in each moment, that when somebody new walks in the door or you walk into a new room, that you change the way your energy is engaging with that, so that you can stay within your protection, your boundaries, within what you want to do. And that's simply that discipline thing that we were talking about. So have an image, have a ring, have a rubber band, have something that reminds you again and again that energy's so easy. They can just sneak in all around you, and then you're processing and managing somebody else's dickishness.
Oh my God. All right, there's the word.
and it's not yours, but now you think you're that way, and you start to feel really crazy about it. So once you have that down and you're practicing it, you'll be alerted to when it's not you.
Okay.
And you'll kind of laugh about it. You'll be like, oh my God, I've been doing that. It's not really me at all, is it? Okay, I get it. And then you get back into the rhythm of it. But find a way to remind yourself. And of course, you can use white light, all kinds of imagery, protection, beads, feathers, sprays, vibrations, colors, all kinds of things to support your cause of you staying you and everybody else staying them. But conscious awareness here is really what's going to help you with your empathic skill, because then you could run it to its best degree, collect all the information, know more, be more, but not suffer from it.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right, sounds great. Anything else
You're
on that?
awesome, Mom.
Oh, you're awesome sauce. Anything else, sweetie?
No, no. He says I think that's really good.
Okay,
Because we're
Jamie,
going to give birth to a lot of empathics.
yeah, you have a YouTube channel. Can you share that with the class? Because you have some great stuff there.
I have a little bit of stuff there. It's Jamie Butler Medium,
Okay.
and that's on YouTube.
Anything else you want to share with them? You need to subscribe to her newsletter, and I put her website at the end here of this video. Anything else you want to share?
Thank you. No, website's all there. Everything's connected. That's really wonderful.
And her Facebook? What's your Facebook page?
I think it's Jamie Butler Community.
Jamie Butler Community. So check it out, guys. She's got some videos on that too. Some of them are just so, well, all of them are so good. All right. Bye, Erik. I love you.
He's like, I love you, Mom. I love you, everybody.
I
Talk
love
to you later.
everybody. Love you, Jamie. See you later.
Bye. Bye, guys.
Bye.